I continue on with these little 10-minute videos. Eventually, one day I'm gonna go live, but this is what I got for y'all so far. Just give y'all full overlay, little feet, working in the rest of the body thus far. You know what I'm saying? Sorry I got distracted. My daughter was calling me in about her, homecoming. You know how it is that season is and stuff. So this is my little, what I call my practice sheet. So when my table gets dirty, I don't mind that sheet paper getting dirty. It keeps me in my practice of my what I want to do though. But back to my son here, who I'm creating. Give him that Street Fighter style look. Y'all remember what's his name? Sean, right? That's what my son's starting to favor remind me of right now. And I did the ripped up shirt gi style right here. Give a little flavor and a little swag to it. As far as why the shirt ripped up. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so a little support right here for that neck. Booyah. So that way it blends in with the collarbone, goes in with that shoulder well. So when I ink this, this will look a little better. Alright. So that's what I was doing, was the pants and legs down here to kind of give that effect. I wonder, or like glow or what. I'll probably think of that in a second. What I want to do next now is a side view. I always do after I do that. Now after I ink this, I'm going to do another overlay portrait of him right here, close up in like in an action pose. Then another one over here, kind of like I did with what's his name? Jiren, not Jiren, but Jarius. Where's his name? Javaris, that new character I drew. Can't think of his name. Where I had different spots here and there. So that's what I'll do. This pose that I'm doing here is more so like almost like a swaying pose, like he's dodging from a punch or something. As you can see how the body is slightly leaned and bent. So if I was to draw a character or draw more, I would probably erase this segment right here, and I would draw a fist coming that way or whatever. If I was doing that, that's basically what this is like, a more of a swinging, dodging pose. But I was just drawing it. I was just trying to learn how to draw my new character that I'm doing. Alright, so now I'm going to ink this because I'm happy with how this looks so far. So I'm going to ink it, and then when I ink it, I'm going to color it. When I color it, I'm going to put more stuff on it. And I still got to do the one with Boss B and finish that one off too for that character skin. I'm doing all these character skins because when this book release, people are going to want to know who these characters are, more details. You know, for all of my people who are in-depth comic book people who wants to get into the world of these fictional stories, I gotta make sure that, I give some groundwork. So next thing I'm gonna do now is ink it. I always go in pencil and go back in pen. That's just my little thing there. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over the most boldest parts first, which is this. All the parts that were hard to get when my eye couldn't capture it immediately, but now I can. Under this light is good. Now it's a little different in doing it because I'm trying to make sure I keep it at an angle for y'all to see while I'm drawing. Yeah, there we go. So, if you had a character in a superhero what kind of moves would you give them? What kind of abilities would you have if you had a character in a story? You were creating a story. What would the story be like? What would they plot about? Well, now, as far as with Nathaniel, he's currently not on planet Earth. Well, he is on Earth. Then again, he's not on Earth. Right now, he's currently in the astral planes on planet Flatus, like I was talking about. Now, again, what's planet Flatus? What's this whole Flatus thing that I be yapping about? Blah 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 blah. All right, well, planet Flatus is a planet in the dream world, astral planes. It's cultivated. It's like 36,000 times the size of Earth. All right, and it's cultivated of every person who ever lived. Dreams, nightmares, good dreams, bad dreams, all those things cultivating and survive and live in a dream world. And whatever world was created during that dreaming time frame is created and stays there in that realm. Alright? And certain people, a limited amount, have the ability to control and master walking through the dream realm. You know? And so you talking about infinite vast space of place, whatever or not, that's held everyone's dreams and history, knowledge, good, all that stuff and everything. It's all in this realm. So that leaves infinite space and time in that aspect, which means there's no limit to how big Planet Flatus in the galaxy held in, if that makes sense. Sorry, I know how I do when I draw. I can't really focus and tell a full story, which is something I'm trying to practice doing, telling a story and drawing at the same time. It's kind of difficult to do, I'm telling y'all this, but all this will be revealed in the comic book, so I don't want to give too much information, but give you enough to get you intrigued to want to know what more. And I'm also working on a book trailer too that's coming out soon to explain more of the comic book, to, you know, get people to understand the story and whatnot. But yeah, but think about that, and think about a lot of people that live in this world 24/7. Say if you were in a coma, which are some of the people that are part of the Kobalu Kai, y'all, which is Easter egg for y'all. Y'all ain't gonna know about this till later on, way down the line. But people that are the Kobalu Kai, which is a certain clan of beings, people that astral live on planet Flatus. Now, how they come to be there is because they were in comas, and because they've been sleeping for so long and living in this world for so long, their psionic powers, psychic powers, and telekinetic powers are unbelievably, massively huge and almost unmatched, because that's now their real world. And since they can't function no longer in the regular world because they're sleeping, they don't know how to wake up. That's the reality. And so they live there, and they have a great amount of power. As long as their life support, of course, is still going, they'll continue to live. So they just basically live in a dream world, and they can't tear from the reality of what's real and what's fake. So what happens? They stay stuck in that realm, and they become a permanent resident of Planet Flatus. All right. So, of course, by that being happening, bodies become void, and this is where BAM comes into place. Bodies become void, and then these bodies can be possessed by demons. There's no vessel watching over them to maintain them, because the bodies have astral projected from the spirits of astral projected from the body, and now practically are living on Planet Flatus. And so these people are sustained because they're in a coma, but they're not. They're alive, but they're, I guess you can say, not alive in this world, but alive in the other world. So they don't know the difference, and so they're stuck there, and they're living their life based off that. And then some of them don't even want to leave; they rather just stay. Some will wake up and they'll want to go back to sleep and ask to go back until their body is lived this projected life, and they go back to the Creator. And the wind, the breath of Yah goes back to